Okay, so yeah, I'm from the first order experience team, developer there. So despite the company having changed this strategy a bit, we're in the first order experience team or growth team or whatever you want to call it. We've been finishing up what we've started in the previous build cycle, namely the shopping assistant. And we actually launched it yesterday, which went quite well. And as mentioned in the announcements channel, we've already had our first checkout with a customer getting 19 items from the assistant and checking out with 38 items in total. So I guess we take that as a great success, at least in the start. We had a few startup issues, obviously, but nothing to be scared of. But yeah, the team in general has had a lot of our other things to do in this build cycle, so I'll mostly show off the live product and the features in tech and design we've built this build cycle. But on the tech side, I really want to just mention that we really doubled down and focused on shipping this assistant, and I want to give a shout out to Daniel and Øyvind, and a little bit myself, because we've shipped 71 pull requests in this build cycle. Which I find really cool. It isn't that much of a time, but really shipping daily pull requests. So yeah, I'll just go through a demo of what we've built. First of all, I just want to start with the tracking we've built. As you can see in this page, we have the shopping assistant 2020-05 experiment here. This is actually the customer that checked out with 38 items. So we can see here, he or she was elected into the treatment group. He or she logged in, opened the steps, and at the first Fresh Weekly page, added both Viola, Bremykt butter, Appelsinjuice, etc. Then went further, and as you can see, a lot of product added to cart here. And in the end, we can see here, selected delivery and checkout completed. In total, 1,055 Norwegian kroner, which is quite cool. Yeah, so over to the things that we've built. This is actually the page that the new customers using web arrives to if they're elected into the group. So if they click Hjelp meg med handelen or help me here, you will get into the shopping assistant as we see here. So this is the family picker. I've demoed this before, but what we've improved this with is that it actually persists the data. So if we click here, we're actually saving these data into the database now through some APIs and stuff. And furthermore, we've improved the product lists here. So there are actually cards structured into 4 and 4 items. We also did some really cool stuff here with the buttons here, which works both for mobiles and different web browsers, which was actually quite hard, way harder than it seems. And a lot of other styles and fixes for different browsers. Yeah, and also we added, we added some animations. As you can see, they're popping up quite smoothly, so it looks kind of sleek. And yeah, let's see here. We added the ability to show handpicked or prioritized products on the first page here. So these products here are actually handpicked which we use for Signal for the consecutive pages to use the Prod2Vec recommendation engine that the Data and Insight built. So whenever I click and add things to this page or on this page, the next page will be ranked accordingly. But these are like what we consider as signal products since we don't have any signal for new customers. And yeah, we also added some fetch more abilities here. So if you click here, you get more items. And one other cool thing here is that if I, for example, add this Røros milk and then go down to butter and see here, I don't like any of those, and add more, we get recommendations that are ranked accordingly to the first signal. So Hvitseidssmør, Berit Nordstrand, and Rørosmør is actually ranked quite high because I added the Røros milk here. So all the new fetch more products is actually ranked according to the signal you provide on the fly, which is actually quite cool. Yeah, and we've also done some really cool performance things. So when I click the go videre on the next page here, the re-ranked products according to the signals are actually pre-fetched. They're available instantly. So only the animation is actually what stops us from showing these products instantly. So it's really quick and performant, which should provide a great user experience for the customers. In addition, we've also added a few other things, ecologisk badges, also frozen badges that are required. Yeah, and other things, for example, on the mobile app here, this is actually the last page. That's a cool animation made here by Daniel. And we added that if you click go to custom here, we open it in the native app, because this is actually a web app running in a model. And this is actually the native cart. And here you can see I added the Røros milk on the web, but it still persists on the app in native. So yeah, that's quite cool. And this is also the introduction you see if you sign up on the app. And if you're elected into the experiment, you will get this welcome to your new store. And you can click here and it will open the, as I showed here, the shopping assistant here as well. And this is actually the exact same thing. Yeah, this is actually re-ranked accordingly now because we do not accept any people with items in their cart, but we're fixing that so the single products always will be shown on the first page. But yeah, since we don't allow any people with items in their cart initially, this is just a small finicky detail for staff users as myself. Yeah, and the funny thing about this, I think I mentioned it earlier, is that this is fully customizable. So if we want to in the future, we can create configurations for different kind of users. So you can have a party configuration for this complete assistant. You can have whatever you want, organization or whatever. So it's a lot of fun for data and insights to figure out what to show here in this assistant. So yeah, I think we're onto really something cool here, and looking forward to see the results that are coming in Amplitude this moment. You can also test this if you want to using your staff account. If you just open Kolonial.no with /handleassistent, you can actually try it out yourself, and it won't be tracked and yet passed into the experiment. So yeah, that's me. I think it's over to Harald.